Hello viewers, welcome to another edition of your darling Nebo TV. Today we'll be rolling out the history of Oba Ladapo Ademola, the Alake of Abeokuta between 1920 to 1962. Oba Ladapo Ademola, also known as Ademola II, was the Alake of Abeokuta from 1920 to 1962. Before he was crowned Alake, Ademola was in the affairs of the Egba United Government as a member of the Egba Council. He was a leading participant in the negotiations with the Lagos State Colonial Government in 1889 for the right to construct railway tracks passing through Egba land. In 1904, he traveled with Alake Gbadebo to the UK, where they were received by the King Edward VII. He succeeded Oba Gbadebo in 1920 with overwhelming votes from the Egba Council. One of the earliest Nigerian traditional rulers to own a car, he was known to have driven a speed record of over 30 miles from Abeokuta to Ibadan when he traveled to receive the Prince of Wales at Ibadan before the prince returned to Lagos after Edoba at Ibadan. Under his headship, the Egba Native Authority continued infrastructural works in Abeokuta, which started by Gbadebo, including road construction and provision of improved electric and water supply in Abeokuta. However, trouble started for Oba Ademola when the Abeokuta Women's Union, a group with a membership of over 20,000 women, led by Funmilayo Ransome Kuti and supported by Eniola Soyinka, a sister-in-law and mother of Nobel laureate Prof. Wole Soyinka, campaigned vigorously against the imposition of taxes and price control. The women argued that their economic growth were declining while their taxes were increasing. Some of their demands included proposal to replace the flat rate tax on women with taxation on expatriate companies, investment in local initiatives and infrastructure, including transportation, sanitation, and education, as well as the abolition of the sole native authority SNA and its replacement with a representative form of government. On October 5, 1946, an Owu delegation met with Oba Ademola, but there was still no result. The situation then turned worse when the Alake increased the flat rate tax on women, an action supported by the British colonial officials. A relentless Awu began their massive protests in 1947, such as marching outside the King's Palace. In October 1946, Funmilayo Ransome Kuti led a large number of women in a march to the palace to protest the increase. The response from the colonial authorities was brutal. They deployed tear gas and assaulted the women. The brutality did not deter the women. They passed on and held another demonstration that lasted for 2 days at the palace, where they sang their popular protest song ridiculing the Alake. In November 1947, the women closed down local markets and staged a protest at the palace of the Alake, blocking the entrance leading to the palace. Another demonstration was held in December with the women holding vigils at Oba Ademola's palace. They did not leave until their members who had been arrested were released. In 1948, the women's protest compelled Oba Ademola to suspend the taxation of women, and by the end of 1948, Oba Ademola went into exile to keep the peace in Abeokuta. He, however, returned in 1950 and died in 1962. Oba Ademola's son, Justice Adetokunbo Ademola, became the first indigenous Chief Justice of Nigeria in 1958, replacing Sir Stafford Foster Sutton and occupied the office till 1972. The monarch's grandson, Justice Adenikan Ademola, was a judge of the Court of Appeal, while his great-grandson, Justice Adeniyi Ademola, was also a judge of the Federal High Court, Nigeria.